Hi, you're watching My 11 Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. It was Rajasthan who won the toss. Steve Smith decided to put Kolkata into bat. Kolkata, with a very up and down batting effort, have landed at 174 at the end of 20 overs. I say up and down because there were little pockets of play where predictions were sort of drastically changing. Would they reach 190 perhaps? So they won't even be reaching 150. Oh, no, they will reach 170. And at the end of it, they have landed at 174. Bit of a roulette with predictions there, but somebody else got that roulette right. It is Shaun Pollock. His guess of 177, the closest. He is my 11 Circle Badge of Honor winner. Well done, Polly. Well done. But I have to tell you, there's been some hard work from both sides to pull it down and then pull it up and then pull it down and then pull it up to your score.
Yeah, there was, but the key is, as we mentioned up front, Jofra Archer. I mean, he's a class performer, and he had that impact on the game. You know, he came in after the 10-over break, and he produced the delivery that picked up the wicket, and then picked up more wickets after that. And was unlucky to go for the amount of runs he did in the end. So I think he was key. And then it does just show you that Kolkata, maybe they will rely on that middle order a bit too much, and after that's gone. Not that much firepower to come, but 174, not as much as what we've seen, but you know what? It's still competitive. I do like the pace of the wicket.
Joy, Archer was hitting the target. He was hitting a bullseye. He was hitting it quick. Those were some fast arrows that he was bowling. If this is the first over you can bowl with these speeds, you're coming in hot, huh? You're coming in hot.
No, absolutely. And I think he's now another match. He bowled 152, the fastest ball of the tournament so far. Look, that's why it makes it even more strange that in the first match, he wasn't given the initial overs. He came on later and he started with a slower ball. Somewhere somebody's had a chat with him and said, Jofra, you're not earning your money to bowl slower balls. There are many people who can do that. Jaydev can do that. You're here because you can zip it at 150. And he's a different bowler. And if today the dismissal he had of Dinesh Karthik, that's as close to a Jaffa unplayable delivery as I've seen. There's nothing Dinesh Karthik could have done about that. It was just such a beautiful delivery. And if you see the analysis, I think KKR till the 11th over, they were 87. And then Jofra comes in, bowls that absolutely brilliant over and pegs them back. And that's the most interesting thing about this, this entire total is neither side will be happy going into the dressing room. Kolkata will think, we should have got about 185, 190. And Rajasthan would have shot, we had a chance to get them at 160.
Yeah, that was the thing. It just kept they kept pulling it back. They kept pulling each other back. So it was a very interesting first half of the game. But Paulie, just to stay on Archer for a second, obviously 3 overs, 4 runs, 2 wickets. Those are figures that any quick bowler is happy with in a test match.
Yeah, for sure. Any match. And it doesn't matter what match you're taking.
Yeah.
And even those 18 runs, I think, 10 off the last 2 deliveries. So he'll be a little bit disappointed. It does just leave that little bitter taste in your mouth, when you've put in such quality performances and then just at the back end, you give it away and go for those 10 runs. But quality. Let's try and have a look at some for the My 11. If you had to pick for the tournament, what have we had? Washington Sundar, he had a brilliant spell.
Yeah.
Rashid Khan had a brilliant spell. Rabada's had a brilliant spell. Now we've got one from Archer. You can't go much away from those 4 bowlers, but they are impact players. And it's so nice to see the bowlers who at times just tend to be backroom staff and just there to make up numbers. It is nice to see them having an impact.
Of course, I think Shaun Pollock is a bowler, so he would. But I'm telling you, as a cricket fan and long-time watcher, you love it when a bowler can just make the batsman dance. It is such a batsman-oriented game that when bowler becomes DJ, you like to see that footwork jumping around a little bit on the batters. That's not that easy game anymore.
It was also interesting to see that when they get teamed up against opposition. So Morgan comes in and there's one length that gets bowled. They know from playing in the nets against him that if we bowl this length, he'll be a little bit uncomfortable. And it's the same with D-Russ. Every time he comes to the crease, if you've got some pace, you're going to whack it through there. So it's predictable, but it's always interesting to see it unfold.
I love the last over that Karan was bowling to Morgan. I think by the end of it, Morgan would probably have been at point. and Karan just kept chasing him, right? He just kept leaving his wickets and going beyond off stump, and Karan's chasing him. It was this little game of chess that they know playing in the nets. But let's have a look at what the bowlers did for Rajasthan. Let's look at the analysis. Of course, Archer went for 10. His captain hit him for a 6, didn't he? His captain who hit him for a 6, Morgan. And he'll be all right. I had a good day. It's fine. I give one to my captain. Then you have Rajput also getting a wicket. You had Unadkat, 214, didn't come back there. Tom Curran, expensive. Polly had called it at halftime that he may not get 4, but he did end up getting them. Probably could have gone to Unadkat for one of his overs. And then the spinners, Shreyas Gopal, expensive. Dreras got him in 1 over. And Tewatia and Riyan Parag as well. 6 over 63 for the spinners. But the spinners there's some big hitters over there, and there wasn't prolific turn of the ball. Joy, people like Russell are going to make you pay every day till Sunday.
No, absolutely. And look, again, you'll have to ask yourself, maybe Rajasthan will look at this, and unless he contributes really with the bat, will ask themselves that if you've already got 6 bowlers and Riyan Parag is going to bowl 1 over, are they not better off getting a Yashasvi Jaiswal, who's a really hot batsman and has really honestly got just 1 chance? Are they not better off getting him in? Because, that 1 extra, I can't see any value that they're getting out of it, really. Yeah. And they're not risking him after that. Second call, again, you might even keep Karan because you say he's your gun international bowler. He's got some experience against Morgan. He knows what to do. But Ankit Rajput over Unadkat in the last over, when Unadkat's given just 14, Unadkat is actually pretty good in the final overs. Death bowling is one of the things that he has worked on a lot. So it's an interesting choice. I thought that they would probably been better off getting Unadkat there.
Yeah, an interesting call. I think Tewatia not getting another over. 1 for 6. I know there was left-hander, right-hander combination. There's 1 shorter boundary. But as I said to you at that halftime break, the reason why I didn't think Curran would bowl his full 4 is because he probably would have to bowl an extended 3-over spell. And that's what he ended up having to do. And when you do that, invariably, everyone sees all your options. In 12 balls, you might be able to hide a few things. But when it gets to 18, you're sort of thinking, well, I've bowled the slower ball, I've bowled this one, I've bowled that one. Where do I go? Now, what else can I surprise them with?
And against your captain who already knows all your options.
Yeah, exactly. Who actually probably tells you which options to bowl at times.
Of course,
it's a hard one.
The footwork, the last time I saw footwork like that was that Pulp Fiction scene, John Travolta and Sting. I haven't seen footwork Morgan going here, there.
Yeah, they were. There's just a little bit of this waiting to come out, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
175 for Rajasthan to get. Polly, just a quick, your take on what the pitch has been doing?
Yeah, I think we saw some carry, didn't we? I mean, we saw that brilliant first over from Archer. The pace is there, and there's 2 people who are going to actually quite enjoy that. That's Steve Smith and Butler. The ball coming on, in Sharjah, I think the ball was just stopping a little bit and maybe didn't make life easier for them. Samson might not enjoy it as much as those top 2. So it's going to be interesting. Cummins is going to have his wits about him. I think he's important if he can start nicely for Kolkata. But, Steve Smith loves the ball coming on. He can just move around in his unorthodox way and work it. And when it comes on, Butler really comes into his own. So I don't think they'll be too concerned. I think they'll be happy with the way the surface is playing. Maybe a little bit of dew makes it come on a little bit better. So for me, I think Rajasthan will probably think they can get this.
Joy, versus Hyderabad formula over versus Mumbai formula, give Pat Cummins the new ball.
Absolutely. There's no question at all. You give Cummins a new ball, you try and get breakthroughs early. See, the point is that Rajasthan, for all they've done, they've really produced miracles almost in 2 matches, okay? That batting order is not the deepest batting order that you'll find in this IPL. And they really, Riyan Parag is batting at 6 or 7, and then Tewatia comes in. So it's not that many batsmen. Uttapa is looking really out of sorts. He's looking completely, out of sorts. So really, if the top 4 don't do it for them, it's interesting. So all KKR will be telling their bowlers is, get it in, get a couple of wickets. Once we get the top 2 or 3, there's not much there. And that's what we'll be looking at. Yeah.
So have a look at the Rajasthan batting lineup, just to confirm what you're saying. Yes, of course, they have got the majority of their runs, and from Sanju Samson, he's given them most of them. Tewatia, of course, pulled that little miracle the other day. Robin Uthappa hasn't really had that much of a bat. So, that's the Rajasthan batting lineup that has to go for 175. And look at the KKR bowling as well and get Paulie in on that because obviously, I'm guessing, Shaun, you also say Pat Cummins gets the new ball, yes?
Yeah, I think on the surface, when you have a look at Sharjah or something on the slower side, then maybe you might go to the spinning option. But I just think you can carry a slip on the surface. You can definitely put one in place there. And you can say to Cummins, who's shown what a class bowler is, you can get the ball to just shape away. You're saying, come on, find your captain's edge. Find your captain's edge for us and put Butler under some pressure. And come on, then we ride in this game. So I always used to love to try and tee up teammate versus teammate contests because there's bragging rights out there and it just creates a little edge. It just creates a little bit of pressure. And, he'll know Steve Smith really well and what he can possibly do. So for me, it would be a no-brainer. But we just had to give our opinions and have to wait and see what they do.
I don't even realize, I was just going to say Cummins against his captain, his former captain. Steve Smith. But of course, his teammates seen enough of him, seen enough of Josh Butler as well. So you really want to give your international pace spearhead the best chance against that gun opening combination and try to expose Rajasthan up early. Very interested to see Sanju Samson as well, how Sanju Samson will go. Picked up a real good catch. That was a good catch, Joy, that he picked up. Got worried for a second when he hit his head with all the concussion sort of alerts going on right now. Got a little worried when he hit his head, but there's a quote we have from Sanju Samson as well. Let's see what it is. So there it is. I did a lot of soul searching after being frustrated at trying stuff. So I decided if I had 10 more years of cricket left in me, I want to go back and give my everything. Okay, that's a
he's been very interesting.
Bit of a platitude quote, isn't it? Quote did not value add to my life at all.
No, but Sanju, honestly, this I know because we've been in touch over the last 4 or 5 months. He has been practicing like crazy on his fitness, working like crazy on his fitness over the last 4 or 5 months. He's really been inspired. He wants to give it this. He feels this is his breakthrough year. And very often he's come that close and sort of flattered to deceive. He's played for India. Mind you, he's already in India. He's got a couple of matches. He's not done it. And I think that's the thing about Sanju, that he is going to tell himself that, everyone calls me inconsistent. This is my IPL to prove them wrong. And he's got a decent surface. He's got a team that backs him. They're not playing him up and down. Delhi did a lot of that. They batted him up. They batted him down. They moved him so much in the order. He didn't know where he was playing. They've settled him here. This is where he's got to make a stand. So I like what they're doing with him. I like the confidence they're giving him. I hope they give some to Yashasvi as well at some point in time.
Will he get a game? That's the interesting question. All right, gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up here. At this point in time, what do you say? 60-40, 50-50, 70-30? Who are you favoring in this chase?
I'm favoring Rajis.
The Rajis. All right, the Rajis for you. Oh, so should I ask Joy that question? Silly question to ask.
But I honestly think KKR has a lot more bowling resources than Rajasthan at this point in time. I'd be really impressed to see Rajasthan make this total.
Divided house. Just like I like it. Insured trolling for the post show for me. That's great. Love it. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Joy Bhattacharjya and Shaun Pollock with us here on My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur. We're going to see you at the end of the 10th with Cricbuzz Combox and see how it's gone in the first half of the chase.